So one of the earliest issues I discovered with being a bus owner is dealing with storage. So after a couple years, Unit 67 and 23 ended up being stored at a facility down at Kent, Ohio. More specifically, it was the grounds for the old Twin Coach factory. So most of the Twin Coach factory buildings still stand today. So through a family connection, I was able to secure storage space for the two buses. So at the end of 2011, I got a phone call from the owner of the space where I was storing the two buses saying that he had sold his business and that I had just a couple months to move the buses. So at the end of November of that year, began the process of trying to get the two buses started and moved to our house. So in the years that the bus has been stored there, neither of them had been started, so that didn't really help the situation at all. But the hope was with freshly charged batteries that we could get the two buses started and get them driven to the house. But it definitely did not happen. So after unsuccessfully trying to get Unit 23 started, the hope was to maybe get 67 started and drive it home. But it didn't take long to figure out that 67 was dead. We couldn't get the electrical system online. Basically nothing worked on it, so we kind of abandoned that, focused on Unit 23. And at the end of that first day, we hadn't gotten any further getting the buses home. In fact, we had got neither of them started. So the only success of the day was to have the Wheeling and Lake Erie train pass by and entertain the kids for a little bit.
You threw it.
So in addition to the trains, I guess at least you got a flag out of the deal.
For 4th of July or something. Yeah.
Okay.
And then they had
So we returned a week later with fresh batteries, or fresher batteries, and had success getting Unit 23 started. So the next issue that arose was getting the bus to shift into gear. think initially we discovered that the transmission was just low on fluid. Then after a trip to the auto supply store to get some transmission fluid, we were able to get the bus to shift into gear. As I found, it's not uncommon to have trouble to get the bus to shift into gear while it's running, so a solution is to shut the bus down, put it into the next gear that you need, forward or reverse, then restart the bus and it'll slip into gear. Then after all that, we still couldn't get the bus to move. Turns out after sitting there for a couple years, it had slightly sunk into the ground. And just being sunk that inch or so into the ground was too much for the bus to try to drive itself out of. So thanks to my friend Kevin's tow strap, we were able to pull the bus out.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Then really that was about it. So we ended up disconnecting the tow strap and were able to continue backing the bus all the way out into the road. And then began the 15-minute drive back home.
Get out now, look at this. Here he goes.
Then the final issue that arose was once I got it to my house, I misjudged the edge of the gravel pad that I had, and the left rear tires went into the soft lawn and just sunk into the mud and stuck the bus. And then once again, Kevin came to the rescue with the tow strap and we were able to pull the bus back, and I was able to maneuver it onto the pad. So after 3 days of dealing with the two buses, we were able to successfully get Unit 23 home. I couldn't have done it without the support of my friend Kevin, Shane, Joy, my wife, my parents, my kids. But that left Unit 67 still stranded at the old parking spot, so that would have to be dealt with another day. But at least Unit 23 was home safe.